Hey guys, it's Scott157 here, and Manchester United have won by 6 goals to 2 against Leeds in the Barclays Premier League. The game was a fantastic game of football. It was a great advert for attacking football, both from Leeds and Manchester United. In truth, the game could have finished any score. It could have been 4-4, 4-3 Leeds, 6-4 Man United, or whatever. Both teams had loads of chances to score. Man United could have won by even more. I thought the Leeds goalkeeper had a really good game, despite conceding 6, which is fucking mental to say that, to be perfectly honest. But yes, it was a very good game. Manchester United were 1-0 up after just over a minute. Scott McTominay with a shot from outside the box, and it's good to be sitting here saying Manchester United were 1-0 up after a minute, compared to what I've been saying in recent weeks where I've been like, oh, Man United were a goal down after a minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes. It's very good that we got off to a quick start for a change, and then we continued on that quick start again. Scott McTominay, he broke into the box, and then after that he put the ball into the bottom corner. Man United were 2-0 up after 3 minutes of play, which was a very quick and fast start from Manchester United. 20th minute comes along, Bruno Fernandes with a shot inside the box, bang past the goalkeeper, 3-0 up. United were looking pretty good value for the lead. Leeds had a few chances up until that moment as well, but unfortunately for them, they just weren't able to convert their chances. And then Manchester United got a fourth from a corner, which was fucking horrifically defended by Leeds. How Martial was allowed to flick it on, and not a single Leeds player was in and around that 6-yard box to sweep the ball away, I don't know. But anyway, I don't give a fuck. Ball came across the box. Like I said, Martial flicked it on. Lindelof came in, boom, tapped it in, 4-0. And on paper, people would have thought curtains, but against Leeds United, with the way they play, it wasn't going to be. Leeds then scored from a corner in the first half to make it 4-1. Second half was Leeds done quite a lot of attacking, actually, to be perfectly fair. Had a good few chances, so did United. Manchester United got their 5th goal through Dan James. Scott McTominay with a pass through, which I think was intended for Martial, who was coming in at the back post. Anyway, Dan James took the ball on himself. Great first touch, spun his man, and then straight through the keeper's legs. 5-1, and I'm very glad that Dan James scored, because he's had such a tough time lately. And he really needed to go for his confidence, and I think that it was good that he got it as well. Not only for his confidence, but for to show that he's got a bit more to his game rather than just a bit of pace behind and stuff like that. So it was good, and I'm very pleased that Dan scored. Man United 6th goal. It wouldn't be a Man United game without a fucking penalty. Martial was tripped in the box, and it was a penalty. Bruno dispatched it, bottom corner, 6-1 at that point, and even at 6-1, you were still thinking Leeds will fucking score, and they did. Stuart Dallas scored an absolute belter. Of all the goals, Leeds scored the best one. Stuart Dallas, 25 yards out, top bin. De Gea had no chance. It was a fantastic finish, and 3 points that we definitely needed. Especially after building on the win from Sheffield United, simply because though they were the type of games last season where teams were dropping points and Man United didn't pick up. It felt like last season when someone dropped points, we decided, well, they're dropping points, we better drop points. Whereas these 2 games, we needed to win them to keep building on the momentum that we've got, and we've done that, and it's worked out very nicely, because now we're in a position of 3rd place in the league. We've got a game in hand, and obviously if we win our game in hand, we're only 2 points behind Liverpool. Our next game is the Carabao Cup against Everton. Personally, I think that it's more of a nothing game probably for both sides, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, obviously I know you can win a trophy from it, but I would imagine that Carlo Ancelotti and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer are going to be looking at that game in particular and thinking this is a game to play the kids and give some other players game time and give the first team a rest, simply because of how congested the fixtures have been up to this point. And obviously we know in the Barclays Premier League how congested the Christmas period is anyway. So the squad will probably be vastly rotated for the Carabao Cup game. which is good because I think the likes of Bruno, Rashford, Martial, Scott McTominay, Fred, they could probably all do with a rest and get a bit more recovery time before a massive game away at Leicester on Boxing Day, which will be very interesting. The best away record against one of the worst home records in the league. And obviously, since Leicester are above us in the league, if we beat them, that's another marker laid down to really show where we're at. I think overall the performance of the game today was very good, and I think we got our tactics right. I don't agree with what a lot of the pundits are saying about how Leeds were very open and it suited Manchester United. In one respect, yes, it did, and I'm not disagreeing with that. But people, like, the way they were talking, it was almost as if Man United had won the game beforehand. I mean, you still have to go out there and play for 90 minutes. I mean, Leeds could have turned us over at any point in that game. Like, you know, that, like I said, you know, that could have finished 4-3 Leeds. It was just that type of game, and I think it was very disrespectful to turn around and say, oh, you know, the game suited Manchester United. Yeah, it did, but you still have to go out there and you know, produce the goods. You know, a lot of times last season we were seeing Manchester United against teams who we thought Man United are going to steamroll them. They should beat them, and they just didn't. And it was good to get a marker down like that. And bearing in mind that the thing to also remember is Liverpool only beat Leeds by 1 goal. Man City didn't score against Leeds at all, and Chelsea only beat them by a couple of goals. So I think we've done really well, considering, you know, there are 3 teams that everyone considers to be title challengers and better teams than us, and we've went and put 4 more goals past Leeds. So I think that it's very disrespectful to Leeds that the way that the pundits were going on after the game saying, oh, you know, it was set up for United and, you know, Leeds' style favoured them. It did, but like I said, you still have to be there, you still have to score the goals, you still have to put the performance in, because at the end of the day, Leeds run more than any other team, and if you're not willing to put that effort in, like Man United were today, they would have got overrun. It's as simple as that, and they would have probably lost the game. So I think credit to Ole, he got his tactics spot on, especially with the inclusion of Dan James, and I think that overall it's a good 3 points, and it's good to be in this position, being not too far behind the league leaders going into Christmas. I think even though Liverpool are that many points above, I don't think being at the top this year at Christmas is really going to have the same effect as it has had in previous seasons, simply because we've got a game in hand, and the league table is so tight. The league table is so tight. I saw a statistic this morning on the Brighton game where it said that Liverpool this stage last season had 49 points, and Sheffield United were 5th with 29 points. Now, if Sheffield United had that level of points this season, they would only be 2 points behind Liverpool, judging on the points ratio this year. So that tells you how tight the league is and how much teams have been taking points off of each other. Anyway, I'm very pleased with the result, and hopefully, if we win the Carabao Cup, great. If we don't, then, you know, it's the Carabao Cup game against Everton, great. And if we don't, then it's, you know, it's not the biggest deal in the world. As long as, if we go out, it's, you know, as long as we don't get humiliated. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Let me know what your thoughts were on the match against Leeds. Please post your comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.